Hello, 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 everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am JayLee. This is JLeesCorner. This is my review for Marriage Boot Camp. Think about it. Marriage Boot Camp Season 16, Episode 4. Okay, let's just get into it. If you have not done so already, you should subscribe to my channel to become a whole JayBird. JayBird. It's 3:30 in the morning and all that goodness and stuff. Send to yourself and stuff. Okay, do not forget to also like, comment, and share this video. You can also follow me on IG and or Twitter at J_Lees_Corner. Okay, anyway, this was an okay episode. It was an okay episode. I think the beginning of it, with Ajawa and Styles P was amazing, and it kind of showed how this is a real counseling show sometimes, okay? So we see Ajawa and Styles P. We're seeing two things happening. But first was Ajawa and Styles P. They're having a rough morning, okay? A little rough morning. And they talking out on the balcony and everything. And she's telling him how, he shouldn't have to hold himself accountable as for anybody else as far as business is concerned. Kind of meaning if somebody else you're doing business with isn't holding up their end of the bargain or isn't doing what they're supposed to do, that does not mean that you have to then, take on what they're doing. Because what happens is you do that, you get upset, you get frustrated, whatever, you get stressed, and you bring that home. And it then causes conflict between us. It affects us. So that's what she's meaning. He feel like, well, that's easier said than done for me to, not, do whatever needs to be done or whatever. And because this is how we make our money, okay? We make our money by me, going out in these streets and getting some money, being a rapper or whatever. That's what I do. And I say, okay. Now, he also brings up how, first of all, I don't want to discuss, my business or even air out anybody else's business that's concerned with my business. So I'm like, I get that, because whoever she's saying may not be holding up their end of the bargain, he don't want to throw them up under the bus. I get that, okay? So, as they chit chat and everything, it's a disagreement. But they're both talking real calm. They're both talking kind of low. Like, it's not like a argument. It's just two people having a disagreement, okay? So as she's talking, you don't know. What was she saying? Either don't think about. Oh, she was trying to explain something. I can't think of what it was. And then he then said to her, "Simmer the fuck down." But he said it so calmly. I was like, who says that calm? It was so weird or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And she was upset. Don't talk to me like that, okay? Watch how you talk to me. Realize how you're speaking to me. You're not in the streets, whatever. I'm your wife. And even her response to him was real calm. And I'm like, this is the first time I've ever seen two people argue so calmly. Like, even the yelling was calm. It was almost therapeutic for me. I was like, what's going on? Okay. So now they're having a full-on disagreement, okay, to where he feel like, well, first of all, before we came here, we had an agreement on what we would and would not talk about. I feel like you should not go on a counseling show and then say, you know what, we're not going to talk about that. Let's just talk about this. I don't think you should do that. So she says, even though they had that agreement before they came here, since being here, she feel like we need to open up more. Like, things that we were not going to talk about, we need to. And he don't agree with that. So I say, like, you know what? I'm tired. I don't want to be anywhere. It ain't working. I'm leaving. I want to go home. I'm going to pack my bags and leave. She said, okay, that's fine. You can leave. I'm not going to beg you. Say, you want me to beg? You say, I'm not going to beg you to stay, Styles. If you want to leave, then leave. Okay? But again, it's a calm conversation. And they were going back and forth, whatever. Like, you trying to embarrass me? Or you trying to make me look whatever? Why would you say that? That's not true. No. And I'm not there really having a calm argument. So then Dr. Ish comes in. He like, look, you know what I'm saying? What do you say? Oh, I'm like, because I got so confused. Styles P and Ajawa say to Dr. Ish, Our issue is, me and how I work. How I work, what I do, whatever. That's a point of contention for us. Like, she don't like how I do things or whatever, and that's why we fussing or whatever. He like, look, y'all need to realize that after y'all have been married for so many years, that sometimes, the marriage has to have a restart, okay? He brings up when there was infidelity and someone was cheating. When that happened, the marriage restarted. So that first marriage was done, okay, and you restarted, and now it's your second marriage, okay, even though same person but second marriage, okay. He then say, when your daughter died, that second marriage ended, and the third one started because again something happened that it was a whole reset, okay. He like, I don't know if this third marriage would survive a fourth reset. So y'all have to figure out what to do, whatever. He also brings up too, whereas he's saying that Audra got emotional. Basically, it's because, her daughter, and she brings up, I've been in therapy, like I've been really, really trying. And I'm like, oh, and even Styles P, he goes over to her at comforts or whatever. He brings up how, just that situation becomes, emotional for her whenever it comes up or whatever. So he admits that, when my daughter died or whatever, I handled it differently than she did. You know what I'm saying? He like, for me, I got frustrated. I would get frustrated when anything didn't go right. If it didn't go the way it was supposed to go, I would get frustrated because he said I wasn't able to have honest conversations with my wife, and I'd rather be frustrated and angry versus sad and depressed. I'm like, wow, that's crazy. And Dr. Ish, like, because you're used to being, tough because you're, because of who you are or whatever, but you have to really feel those emotions so that you can get through them and get over them or whatever, because if not, it'll be a vicious cycle. But when he said, I would rather be, frustrated and angry versus being sad and depressed, I was like, wow, I'd rather be angry than, girl, I say, But it shows how sometimes people don't process things the right way, and they don't even realize it, or they realize it and they don't care because they don't want to feel the feelings that they have to feel in order to not be angry and frustrated. I said, And I said, in this conversation just showed me how real boot camp was in this aspect, because Dr. Ish really helped them like get through that. And he stayed. So I was like, come on now, Dr. Ish, fixing people left and right. And that was the most serious parts of the whole episode. Now let's get into the bullshit. Jocelyn and Ballistic, okay? And I'm showing y'all one picture of each couple, period. Jocelyn and Ballistic, this is around the time where Stevie J was trying to get custody of Bonnie Bella, get some visitations with Bonnie Bella, and Jocelyn was in marriage boot camp. Now, it was all over the blog, and while she was there, because she was there, she missed like some court dates, and I think that's how Stevie ended up getting custody for a short while, okay? So she's upset. I'm gonna have a bad day. It's gonna be a really, 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 really bad day. And Ballistic was talking to, I think, Shawnee. And he brought up how, Stevie has never really been in the kid's life. Like, he's not really around or whatever. But now that Jocelyn is starting to do a little bit better, he wants to cause conflict. And I feel two different things about what Ballistic said. I think, for one, Stevie being Bonnie Bella's birth father, if he wants to start being a stand-up guy and be in her life actively, I don't think anyone should say, well, he can't say nothing because he ain't been around. If he's trying to come around, I think as long as he's going to be consistent and non-problematic, it's okay for him to want to visit his daughter. What I did not or do not want to happen or whatever is for Stevie to be using the baby as a pawn to piss off Jocelyn. Even though I think in moments Jocelyn could have did that exact same thing to Stevie, and maybe Stevie just feel like this is his one chance to be able to get custody or whatever. But I feel like they shouldn't act like because Stevie had not been as hands-on that he doesn't have a right to want to start to be hands-on. I still think the situation could have been handled differently. I think, Jocelyn, if you were in a fight for your life, for your child, I would not have been on marriage boot camp. Because at the end of the day, fuck this show. That's my kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck this show. That's my kid. And that's how I feel. But again, I don't care. Anyway, And I don't think one parent should. I think at one point Jocelyn was spiraling. I think at one point people was worried about her well being, and so that's why it all happened. But I was like, girl, but that's really what it was. Them saying how it was just frustrating that Steve was trying to get custody of the baby. I would have went home. Period. Okay. So we then see the event or whatever, the drill of the day was they was going to be put in electric chairs. Okay, so each couple is in one chair, whatever, and they're gonna bring up a issue of contention, something that the other one does that pisses them off, and then when the person is talking and they say something that you don't like or whatever, you can shock them. I guess so. So we see first up with Shawnee and CeeLo. Now, they shock each other back and forth. But I don't know what their issue really was besides CeeLo, like, don't know how to communicate like a human being. And he brought up how, well, you want something from me, but I think it should be from yourself. And I was like, but what is he talking about? And I don't think he was saying, like, I don't have to be there if you. I think what he meant was, you're looking for something from me, but you really need to be looking for from yourself. But it wasn't like in a derogatory way. But at the same time, it's still in CeeLo talk, which can be butterflies and rainbows, Pepsis and Sprites, or I don't know, dildos or vaginas. I don't know. It's just all over the place. But again, I don't get it with these two. It's something real weird. I don't know. And I know she wants him to communicate better, but I don't get what he. Isn't it crazy? That's what I get when I see them. My voice is going out because it's 3:40 in the morning. Anyway, so they shocked each other a couple of times, okay? So, but I was confused. Jocelyn and Ballistic was fussing. And I don't know about what. Because he again fussing because she is trying to force him to marry her. And I'm like, how many times are we going to have this kind of, like, has Jocelyn not gotten out of her mind yet that you can't force that man to marry you immediately right now? Like, is this still an argument? Okay. I was like, whatever. Styles P and I was fussing about communication. You know what I'm saying? Because, just because that's how it is. And I like how Styles P said, I'm not going to shock her. Because, you know what I'm saying, I'm not trying to cause her any pain. She suffered enough by losing her daughter. And I'm like, meaning I'll take all the shocks. Shock me. But I can't stand to see you in any pain. I'm not going to purposely inflict anything. I was like, oh, Styles P. Aw. Beyond cutting options. Okay, I still like that. His name was Choses. I don't like it. His name was Options. They were shocking each other before either one was talking. Because they're children. They are fully children. And I'm like, I just can't even process the fact that they're children. And they're just shocking each other for no reason. And girl, that's how you make me feel. That's how you make me feel. That's how I felt. I'm like, but you ain't said nothing. Shock, girl. Michelle and Stu. It was the weirdest thing because he brought up something about how she wants him to tongue kiss her in the morning before he brushes his teeth. And she says, well, you give me little punk. I can't, my voice is going out. You give me these little punk ass kisses. I can't do it today, y'all. Can I? I can't. You give me little punk ass kisses or whatever, and you should want to kiss me good and deep in the morning. And his thing is, I don't understand why she really wants me to kiss her with bad breath. It's just weird to me. I don't understand it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, y'all fussing over kissing? I don't think we've seen them kiss each other at all since they've been on the show. I don't think have we seen them hug? I don't know. Yeah, I really don't. You know what I'm saying? And Dr. Ish brings up how, it's hard if you always fussing and fighting and trying to defend yourself, but you're not really hearing what the other person's saying. So it won't fix anything. And it kind of matched with what Stu and Michelle was going through because he not listening to me. My voice is so messed up. And because he don't hear what I'm saying. But I didn't get what she was saying. I mean, I don't know if she's saying that she wants more affection. I don't know. Girl, let's move on because it was confusing. This episode was confusing. It was a whole, she wanted, why would I kiss her? I haven't brushed my teeth. I smoke cigars. I don't brush my teeth before bed. And I'm a chef, so I was eating food. And I'm like, if your girlfriend wants you to kiss her in the morning, the days when because y'all ain't there that often, y'all ain't eating together that often, just brush your teeth or get up a few minutes before her and just go do little that. Or keep some mouthwash by the bed and just switch it around, spit it out, and then kiss her. But the fact that they kept arguing about it, I was so confused. I'm like, did y'all say y'all have to fuss because something looks fake? I don't know. But we shall see. But I didn't see an issue. I didn't think it was wrong for saying I don't want to kiss anybody. I don't want to kiss nobody before I brush my teeth. Not no tongue kiss, because she said you kiss me like this, and that's it, because his breath is funky. When I wake up, when I have company over, or when I'm at company's house, and there is a bit of a morning kiss, but it's never like any open. No. It's a peck. It's a peck, and that's it. I don't want your morning breath in my mouth. I just don't. Okay? But Stu was not aggravated because he feel like people is looking at him as if he doesn't understand what Michelin means. I'm like, I don't care either, because I'm like, it's not a big issue to me. Now, CeeLo was out there telling Shawnee how, I don't like it, when you talk to me like you a man, or if you talk to me like I'm less of a man, like that offends me. We don't care, CeeLo. CeeLo always makes it about him. It's weird that he never really acknowledges his issues that may be causing Shawnee issues. And I'm like, why ain't nobody else brought it up? Why ain't nobody else said that? I don't get it, but I digress. I feel like he comes up with excuses to avoid being wrong in confrontation. Because if I can point the finger and say this and this and this and this, then it's less on me to be held accountable. And I don't like it. So we then see they have a second drill. And this drill, based on how many times they shocked each other earlier, they have to go through this little obstacle course, which they've done it before, where the wires are, electricity or whatever, and if you bump the wire, it shocks you or whatever. So if you shock the person 10 times earlier, the voltage is like from 1 to whatever number, so it's on 10, and you and the person has to get through the obstacle together. Anyway, so, and again, the voltage was based on how many people were shocked. And they had to hold hands while going through it. They couldn't switch hands, and they both had to get through it together. Okay, teamwork. Dun, 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 dun. It was boring to me again. I was like, girl, bye. CeeLo, because he's bigger and rounder. You know what I'm saying? I was like, is he gonna get through them wires? Now his pants kept falling, so his ass cheeks kept showing. I don't want to see CeeLo's ass cheeks. They can keep it, because and that's what I don't like. So if you're gonna have a plus size person somewhere, I feel like the things that we're supposed to be doing should accommodate me too. He's short and stout, okay, or thick or whatever. Because that's his handle, that's his style. Anyway. But again, I'm like, he's short. He had to get down on the ground a little bit too much. It was just a little bit different for me. I was like, I would not have done it, because I'm not going to be bent over showing my ass crack all over the city. Not today. Not today. Okay. Styles, Pete, and Oswald were really in sync. They were really in sync, moving like snakes. Okay. Just like this going on through or whatever. And he can't protect, watch out. Hold on, wait. I'm like, oh. So nice. The highest voltage was who? The children, Bianca and Options. Okay, and I'm like, first of all, they both was very, very slender and very, very flexible, so they got through pretty easily because they was able to slide on through. They probably be at home playing Twister. And then Michelin and Stu did the worst. They kept switching hands, so they had to go back through it twice, and I'm like, I'm bored with this show, but I digress. We then get Justin and Tola, okay, and her and Dr. Ish give some critiques. She tells Shawnee how I was so happy when doing the little electricity thing. You told CeeLo to speak to you clearly, meaning say what to say, mean what to say, and stop talking all the bullshit or whatever. I was happy with that because that is y'all issue, okay? She told Jocelyn and Ballistic, I'm happy that y'all are open to the process. I say bullshit. Jocelyn is always worried about somebody else's stuff and not much of her own. I mean, she be worried about everyone else's issue, taken away from the time that she is able to get more out of camp. If you stop, girl, fix your stuff. Anyway, but I'm happy that y'all are open to the process. She tells the kids, Bianca and Joseph, I think his name right, that they like hurting each other. Meaning y'all sat at the dang on a chair and was shocking one another just to hurt the other person, okay? And y'all need to pay attention to the other couples here because they have years of experience and knowledge. And I'm like, that's very, very true, but they too dumb to know that. She then tells Stu and Michelle, that y'all need to stop. No, Michelle, you need to stop saying the same thing over and over and over because Stu ain't getting the way you keep saying the same way. You need to say it in different ways so he can get it. And I say that's true. You have to know your person. You have to know how they communicate. You have to know, okay, if I say take out the goddamn trash, they may not do that. Not at all. But if you say, trash getting high, that may, let me take it out. It's all in how it mean the same thing. Take out the goddamn trash. Why? Because it's high. Take it out. Anyway, so she says, Stu, you need to listen more. You need to listen without giving a rebuttal about what she just told you. And then what does Stewie do? I have a rebuttal. He then says how, he realized that he isn't giving Michelle what she needs. I'm looking like, I feel like y'all are giving us what we don't want, which is the fake storyline. Something about it don't seem authentic. I said it, whatever. Anyway, Dr. Ish and Judge told us, y'all need to work on LUV. Okay, listen, understand, and validate. Okay, they then said, Michelle, tell Stu what you had for breakfast. I had 2 over easy eggs and turkey bacon. I think that's the West. And they say, so Stu, what did she just say? She said she had 2 turkey bacon and 2 over easy eggs. That's not what I said. That's not what I said. I can't get the voice back. Anyway, so they like, that's not what she said at all. So, he like, well, that's not, okay, well, fine, whatever. They say, to make a person feel heard, you have to listen. And they're making it seem as if Stu not listening. And at this point in time, Stu was upset. He's upset because he feels like they're making it seem like he don't know how to listen. And he's like, I'm tired, I'm fed up, whatever, I'm just tired of all this bullshit. They want to go. So Shawnee talked to him a little bit and, tells him how, sometimes listening, and taking the notes and not being prepared to defend yourself is at times okay. Meaning you so busy listening to somebody just to reply, to defend whatever it is you hear in your head that they're saying, you're not even really fully listening to what they're saying, okay? And I'm like, that's true. He then said, well, explaining myself and defending myself is 2 different things. That may be actual and factual, but sometimes you don't need to do both. Sometimes you don't need to do either. And he don't get that. Okay? We then see him alone in the backyard smoking, I'm going to get a cigarette, some Newports, or some weed. And he's just like, I can't believe this. And they act like that ain't even what she had for breakfast. She had something else. I can't believe it. I want to go home. It's hard to be here with somebody who's creating issues or drama based on their issues of not even realizing that I want to be with them. And I'm like, that's kind of true. But I'm like, I feel like maybe Michelle and this man, well, we know, I don't feel like they're a couple. I feel like they know each other and they want to try to be a couple, but that's not what they are. But they still want to come on the show. So I have to wait and see what happens when next week. Anyway, I'm done. Peace.